Keep that in. Welcome to HowDoWeHuman, the podcast where we talk about all the weird and uncomfortable micro moments in life. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Binning.
Cut me off. The audio listeners aren't going to know what was happening. I was stretching. And I was like, hey.
Yeah, he was very delighted by that stretch.
It was a good stretch.
And now let's stretch from that intro into the podcast itself. Last week we promised a flawless segue, and I think we just had it.
Wow.
Evan, how you doing?
You know, I'm doing okay, all things considered. That's the new vibe of NPR's All Things Considered. It used to be like a thoughtful, like, all things considered. Now it's just like, you know what?
You know what?
All
We've
things
considered
considered.
all the things, and we're doing what we can now.
Things are bad, but all things considered, hey, we're still kind of here. We talked through it all ahead. I'm very sad about my Mariner babies.
Yeah.
I will knock this out really quick because I had a moment. The previous game that we had won, because things were bleak, and it was just like the Mariners took those first two games, and I think we're going to lose the rest of them. But we won a game, and I was driving and not paying attention to it. I get very superstitious around shit like this, and was starting to think that me watching things meant we would lose, because that's how it happened. Sports are stupid. Don't do what I do. But so
Don't do sports.
do sports, kids.
This is your brain on sports.
Sports. Yeah.
Yeah.
CTE. So I'm not paying attention to the game. I'm actively going like, I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to do it. And I get to my destination, which is the Stater Brothers. And I check my phone. And in like the last couple of innings, somewhere in there, we hit a grand slam and won the shit out of the game. And I went like, yes! Like loudly to myself in my car, went, yes! And then I looked to my left, and there was a car right next to me with a couple hard making out. Which I didn't like the way it felt.
Yeah, you think that they heard your yes and thought, wow, this dude's really into us.
It felt like me saying yeah only could have egged them on, because they must have not been going as hard. And then I said yeah, and they were like, oh, he's right. Yeah,
He's right.
he's right, this is good.
Yeah, I am sorry that your Mariners did not advance to the World Series.
They never will. In my lifetime.
They are the only team to never play in the World Series, and I want to know, since you've been a lifelong Mariners fan,
Yeah.
are you sure they even want to go?
Oh,
Are they just kind of scared of the high stakes of the World Series,
Get a
and they're
little
like, you know what, we want to play good baseball, but we don't want the spotlight. We're shy.
We're looking for
a
a-
shy team.
looking for a good, clean game.
Yeah.
They're just looking to have a good time. They're my good time boys. Well, right now they're very sad, and that sucks. You hate to see that.
I do think they should change their name to the Seattle Good Time Boys.
I'd love that. Honestly, that would feel like any sense of moderate interest from our ownership. I'm just like, let's fucking try something. I don't know. Sure, we're the Good Time Boys now. Cal Raleigh, MVP, Big Dumper. Let's go. All this to say, like, I should be so depressed right now. I should be down in the dumps. Because that took a lot out of me. But after that win, I think it was 2 days later, was the next game we lost. So unless my brain is failing me, which wouldn't be surprising, we lost the last two games. And so that game we lost that day, I also was out driving somewhere. There was a lot going on. My dog had dental work done. We have to drive down the mountain to get that. She had like 9 teeth pulled. I think I mentioned that because it was $2,100.
Canine teeth.
They had canine teeth. I think you made that joke when I mentioned it the first time.
I made a different joke, but it was still revolving around the same pun. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yes. That's right. But so that's down the mountain because a lot of the services up here on the mountain are bad. And so I find myself more and more driving down the mountain for better services. And so what was I driving for that day? Who cares? But I don't even remember what. Oh, I do. And it relates to this. So we got the Switch One that I accidentally purchased.
Oh, right.
I was able to then return it. But Amazon has a weird new thing. So this was through a third party vendor via Amazon. Yeah. And so they've got a thing now, a deal with Staples. And it's just like, it's free to return it. You don't have to buy any postage or anything. Just bring it to a Staples and it's done. They scan your QR code. Congrats, you did it. You returned an item. But the nearest Staples to us was the one nearish closed like less than a year ago. And so the next closest one was Yucaipa, which was like a 50-minute drive. And it was a Sunday, and I was just like, let's do it. Let's knock it out. Or maybe it was Saturday, because I would have stayed home and watched football instead. But this story is going nowhere, so let me get there fast. Basically,
yeah,
I'm driving to Yucaipa. It's time. I'm doing it. I'm returning this. And I will add, Jocelyn's birthday was 2 days ago. I did end up buying her a Switch 2, and she fucking loves it. So it was all worth it, including this part of the story where as I'm driving to the Staples, we got that windy mountain road, get off of that, and then I'm on the freeway. I'm on the 210. And 210's a big highway. There's a lot of room on the side of the road were something to happen. I'm driving on it. And I got to get on the next highway, possibly 10? I don't know. I don't go that direction very often. It's the other way off the other way around there. So I'm driving, and I hear this car pulls up to me on the right, and it's going like, and I'm like, Jesus. I'm looking at this car like, get your shit figured out. And then the car pulls away and the sound continues. I'm like, And then it's like I hit that not intersection, but the change to the new, I can't think of the word, the change to the new freeway.
The interchange.
And my car starts going.
Not the intersection, but the change.
The change.
What's that word?
I don't know. Now I know. My car starts going, like shaking. I'm like, it was me. Oh no, what's going on? Before I can fully have the thought, oh no, what's going on? I probably got to, there goes my tire. Just rolled away from my car, which I believe happened to you once in the past. Something along those lines.
Not quite, but when I was at Pep Boys, they were like, hey, one of your tires is very close to just snapping off and rolling away. We should fix that. And I said, yes, please.
Damn.
So it looks like you are living that sliding doors version of my life where I didn't get it fixed.
2 baldy beardy boys.
Yeah.
With bad tires. It was my tire, my driver's side rear tire, the whole outer portion of it just stripped. There was enough remaining rubber on the wheel that I didn't like everything. It's a miracle. It's all a fucking miracle that it felt so, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself, but there was enough rubber on there that it didn't I didn't swerve or anything. It wasn't a blowout. like driving wise, nothing changed. Once the tire left, the da 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 sound was gone. Like if I didn't notice the tire leave, I might have been like, "Huh, I wonder what that was." Keep driving on it because you could not tell a difference. Other than the fact that I just watched my tire roll across the freeway, hit nobody. Nobody hit it and
Oh, nice.
bounced up and died. Just gently rolled to the other side of the freeway and leaned against the the wall there. And so I pulled to the side, but it was like there is so little room for me, and I had to change a tire, which I'm so happy to find. Every time I have to do it, I'm happy to find that I still remember how to do it. Makes me feel good and useful for once.
Yeah.
I put that spare on, but I am like inches away from semi trucks flying past me at 80 miles per hour. Like it was not comfortable. It felt really, really bad. It was fun though. There'd be a break in the traffic and the breaks would last like 3 to 5 seconds, and I'd really get over there and
Hmm.
start going, and then like another semi truck or something big would come back, and I'd pull up and pull to the side, and I'd just be standing there with a tire iron, dirt on my hands, looking frustrated, and it felt nice. It felt like, oh, finally, I'm doing something with my life.
Mm.
Everyone's driving past me and seeing this guy like, well, he's got something going on. Wouldn't want to be him.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of nice to have a tire iron and dirty hands on the side of the road. Feel like a drama.
Mm.
Long story short, I get that spare tire on there. Guess what the nearest tire place is?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I guess what it is or where it is.
Guess what it is? Guess what company?
Is it Pep
It's the
Boys?
peppiest of boys. I'm like, oh my God,
Wow.
I'm going. It's happening. I did have the thought in the back of my head of like, I gotta ask this guy if he knows, and it very quickly came to like, I'm not gonna ask him. He doesn't give a shit. Super friendly guy at the front. We became close friends. In fact, at the end of it, he genuinely said, because I told him like I don't live anywhere near here, as he was trying to upsell me on like the credit card or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
I am. This is my first time in this area ever. I don't come this way, and the closest Pep Boys to us is not closer than this. So I'm not. But as I was leaving, I made him laugh really hard, which felt so fucking good. He was just like, "Hey man, if you're ever in the area again, you just stop by and say hi." Like, yeah. I got all my tires changed, which I didn't want to do. But, after one strips like that and you look at the rest, you're like, I mean, none of this feels good. It feels like
Yeah.
that could just happen again. And he upsold me on some deals, some
Of
mid-range
course.
tires, free installation, what have you. I was like, I think under a little over 400. I think 420. Hey, buddy.
Blaze it.
But yeah, so just after that point, I drop my car off and I walk away. I'm like, I'm gonna go get something to eat, and I ended up getting sushi. But I was just walking around. I'm talking on the phone to my girlfriend, and it just felt so like I knew the Mariners were losing while all this was happening in the back of my mind. But it was just like it was not at all. I don't know. This was unique for whatever reason, that it wasn't a feeling of like I'm so lucky to be alive, but a feeling of like genuinely how the fuck am I not in the hospital right now? Like I
Yeah.
it sounds bad to say, and I don't, this is not coming from like a depressed place, but like in some cases I'd rather just like, oh, he died in an accident than like, oh, he broke every fucking bone in his body and is going to be in the hospital for 3 months or whatever and be broke for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Everything about what happened, like, how am I fine? I'm absolutely fine. I went to get sushi and I had a beer.
All things considered,
All things considered, I'm
I'm
just walking around
fine.
without a fucking scratch on me. I don't know. It felt crazy, but it really put the Mariners into perspective for me, because we did end up losing that game, and I listened on the radio for a half second and regretted it, and we lost. But it's like, hey, things can be worse.
Not to rub salt in the wound, but was that the game where you guys got absolutely annihilated, or was that a different game?
No, this was
Okay.
after that when we lost
Okay.
12-4 or whatever.
I think it was 14-3, maybe.
It
It was
was it
crazy.
was rough. I say this to Dodger fans out there, my girlfriend and her family included. Don't don't throw fastballs to the Blue Jays. I don't care how good you are. They hit them. Those first two games we won, the announcers would not shut the fuck up about the Mariners are just throwing curveball after curveball. Not a single fastball. This is crazy. Non-stop curveball. Oh, there's a slider. Otherwise, all curveballs. Game 3, we start throwing fastballs and they hit every single fucking one, and we just don't stop throwing fastballs. Don't do it.
Do you think that the announcers got in the Mariners' heads? Like, oh man, they see that all we're doing is throwing curveballs. They want us to throw a fastball, so
Yeah.
let's give it to them.
And it's always important the pitcher has a little earpiece in. He's listening to the broadcast.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they didn't think that last pitch was a very good job.
Well, I can't wait to watch a new episode of Abbott Elementary.
Oh, it's a crossover episode. It's always stuck in Philadelphia. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm in a spot where other years I would be absolutely fucking devastated, but I'm not going to call that a near-death experience. I'm going to call it a near-severe injury experience. And for whatever
Sure.
reason, that was more life-affirming to me, and I feel fine. It's all not that big. It's fine. That's
Yeah.
all.
All things considered.
All things considered, NPR. I'm NPR, and this is All Things Considered. Come check out my tiny desk.
Neil Patrick Raris.
Neil Patrick Raris.
It's NPR.
Ah! The funny thing is, I was also trying to think of an acronym for NPR, and I didn't. And then you did, and I didn't understand. But it made me laugh regardless. Wait, don't tell me. Car Talk. I don't know. I never listened to NPR. I don't want them to be defunded. But
No, I don't want them to be defunded either. But one of the supervisors at my job is very of the group that does want NPR defunded. And so other people with more of my style of thinking have said, "Oh, you know what we should do is, since the radio is usually on, we should switch it to NPR so when he comes in, he'll be really mad."
yeah.
Because you know how it's always good to put your supervisor in a bad mood.
That is good for everybody, it turns out. Who knew?
But one day somebody did it, and I was like, why are we listening to this?
Yeah.
This is not interesting content at all. And I feel bad because I want them to not get shut down. But
It is.
I also don't want to listen to them.
The thing, yeah, I feel like NPR has. I mean, listen, I do love their Tiny Desk concerts, and let's be frank, it's not that tiny of a desk. It's bigger than my desk.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's
Concerts behind this desk.
Well. You have a bunch of instruments back there.
I do.
So,
I'm ready to go. It's a floating ukulele over my shoulder.
Yeah, I was noticing that.
I didn't have anywhere else to put it. I normally hang it on the wall, but I've got angled roof. Anyways, yeah, NPR, I don't listen to you, but I know a lot of people that do, and for their sake, keep it up. Chris,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Evan,
Hmm?
I'm pissed off.
No.
All things considered,
Oh boy.
I'm mad as hell.
Oh boy, here he goes.
There are two different factors into why this is.
Factor and athletic greens.
Yeah, this is two-factor authentication for my angry mood. Number one, I've been getting emails for like the past week
That sucks.
I know, but these emails are from Facebook, which also
That
sucks.
also sucks.
And they always say your Facebook password or passcode reset digits are this. Like, and if you're not trying to log into your Facebook,
Oh no.
let us know.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody keeps trying to log into my Facebook account,
Yeah,
which I hate
that sucks.
and want to get rid of. But now that I know somebody else wants it,
Mm.
I'm like, I think I have to hang on to it.
Yeah.
I don't really understand what the thing is. I mean, likely what I think is going on is because there are two people in the world who have used my email address for
Right.
their own to either sign up for fundraisers or to organize their golf tournaments or whatever. I wonder if it's one of them thinking that that's their email address
Could be.
and are trying to log into their own Facebook account, but are obviously mistaken on what their email is. But it really gets on my nerves that a thing I've been saying for years I want to delete. Now I keep getting all these reminders that I have it, and it's not making me go, you know what? I'm going to delete it then.
Yeah.
It's making me go, no, hands off. Hands off this account I never use.
Mine. I'm kind of a proponent at this point. It just occurred to me the other day because I never look at. I very rarely look at Facebook. And part of the reason this came up is I looked at Facebook, and our buddy and former podcast guest Patrick had
Yes.
similarly he got a flat tire in Fontana. And I'm like, that's very close to where I live. Fuck, if I were on Facebook more often, I would have seen that and been like, oh, I'll be there in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Give you a ride somewhere. But there is something to never looking at these websites. Instagram, Facebook, I'm kind of hands off at this point, and then I will check them once a month. Yeah, something in my mouth. Once a month, maybe. And when you're checking it all the time, we all know the algorithm fucking sucks. It has for a long time
Yeah.
now. Shows you shit you don't care about. When you never check it, it just shows you all the good stuff from all the people you like, because it holds on to all the past like couple of weeks worth of shit that
Yeah.
people you actually like have posted, and it's better. And then I look at Instagram for like 3 minutes, I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Facebook.
That's good. I've found myself getting I was hands off Instagram for a long time too, and then I've slowly gotten sucked back in, which is pretty brutal. I need to get rid of that also. But yeah, it is weird to still be clinging to the ancient
The
Facebook
ancient texts.
the ancient texts
The
of
tome.
Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah. Even though he also owns a bunch of other stuff that I do still use.
Happens. Are you excited to see Jeremy Strong play him in a pseudo sequel to The Social Network?
Is Jeremy Strong playing him, or is it Jeremy Allen White?
I saw Jeremy Strong.
I think that they're both in the movie, but I wasn't sure who was.
Him.
Yeah,
that would actually be good. Every other scene, it's kind of like that Bob Dylan movie they did with all the different actors. Like, oh, so this guy's an enigma for a different reason. He doesn't have
uh,
soul.
it does look like, yeah, you're right. It is Jeremy Strong, and then Jeremy Allen White is playing Jeff Horwitz.
My favorite.
Um, yeah, I don't know. It's weird, because I guess I can understand why Jesse Eisenberg is like, yeah, I don't want to come back and do that.
Yeah.
But also, it seems strange to like not have him back for it. So, like, I understand.
It's just never. I look forward to it. I think we've both enjoyed a Sorkin venture here or there. Not necessarily
Sure.
everything the man does, but I think we'd probably both agree Social Network's like fucking great. It's a fantastic movie, one of his better scripts. And so I get him wanting to do, and there's so much to talk about. There's so much that has
There's,
happened
yes,
since the events of the
absolutely.
Social Network that it is interesting and an interesting thing to check in on. I just don't know that anyone can accept this being a sequel.
Yeah.
If this were David Fincher with Jesse Eisenberg, like that would be huge. I
Yeah.
feel
Oh,
like this has
sign me up.
happened with movies before. I mean, well, maybe, and I do like that movie. I was going to say maybe the best example would be The Color of Money, sequel to The Hustler. I was just like, this is absolutely none of the same creative team, but Tom Cruise is it
Yeah.
now.
And then after the Color of Money, there was The Color Purple, and I was like, I don't see how this is connected at all.
No, yeah,
But
I thought it was pretty
all
clear.
still good.
The
All
Color of
still
Money was
good.
green,
Right.
and then they're just like, nah. What if? Imagine a world where the color of money was purple. Like that sounds like Canada. I think they got some purple money.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that what the
The
color
other
purple
thing
is
that's
about? I never
gotten
saw
me
it.
upset, Evan,
What's that?
I went. You mentioned you went to Stater Brothers, a grocery store.
It's true.
I went to Ralph's,
Oh,
another grocery store.
yeah.
And we've talked ad nauseum about how much we love a self checkout experience.
Yeah.
Um, I went yesterday morning to the grocery store after weeks of us just doing the grocery store pickup, which I don't like to do, but sometimes you're just
You're not the only
so
voice in your
busy.
family.
It's exactly. And sometimes, it is, if I'm already out, fine, I'll just swing by and get the groceries loaded into the trunk, whatever.
Yeah.
But we've had issues with some of the produce that way, and so I was like, I'm gonna go into the store. I'm gonna shop. It's like 10 in the morning. The store is not busy at all. I'm walking around in there. Hey, I'm walking here.
Hey.
I load up my cart, and there's the self checkout is open, and they have one regular line open. And I go to the self checkout with my cart full of stuff, and there's the one cashier there who has to monitor the 6 check stands,
Yeah.
see if anything goes wrong. And she's hanging out talking to one of her friends, and they're hanging out. She sees me showing up. She's like, no, you have too much stuff. You got to
Oh
go to this
wow.
open check stand. Now, I am upset. I understand that self checkout, probably the corporate overlords are mixed on self checkout because they feel like everybody's just stealing from them, and I'm sure
And they
people
are
are stealing at self checkout.
absolutely.
Um, but I like self checkout because I can go through it a lot faster
Yeah.
than I can go through the line. I'm still scanning everything, paying for everything,
We're good
and no
cashiers.
problems here. I've been a cashier. I know how I want to load up these bags.
Yeah.
I do come through there with more than 15 items or whatever.
Yeah.
If the self checkout is busy, I'll typically go through a line because I know that people are gonna see my cart come up and be like, I gotta wait to scan my 3 kumquats because this guy's got a full shopping cart. So I'll go through the line then. But how many of these 6 self-checkout um, registers do you think were open at the time when I was shunned away?
I mean, I have no idea.
5 out of 6 were open, and this
So it's
this lady
not a
was like,
problem at all.
"Get the hell out of
Get
here!
out of here!
Go to this open line." So I go to the open line. I follow directions. I am third in line in this one open register because this lady wants to talk to her friend instead of
Love that.
let me go ahead and pay for my items. This line moves really slowly, and when we get there, the bagger is helping me
Pants.
bag the items, and this dude's got a massive cough and doesn't really want to cover his mouth. I don't understand. At the risk of sounding like a Karen,
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. I like to go into stores. Why do stores want to make my experience worse and worse?
I don't know.
Locking up the
Mm-hmm.
toiletry items, not allowing me into the wide open self checkout. I
Yeah.
don't get it.
No, it's all in the name of progress.
I guess, but I don't like the direction that we're going.
No, all they care about is that little tiny number of
The
stuff that gets
bottom
stolen
line.
every year,
Yeah,
and yeah, it sucks. It's a bad
it
experience.
it does suck. It's like this is why I've had to start ordering more from Amazon, as other stores are like, yeah, we just don't want to sell that, or we just don't want to have it open on the shelf. You gotta buzz for an employee, and then they'll be there in about 20 minutes, then they'll unlock it, and then you can take it, then you have to pay at this separate register, and then pay for the rest of your stuff at the main register. Now I gotta just keep giving Jeff Bezos money.
That's the thing. I was gonna say, take
Does
another
Jeff Bezos
$100.
own all of these stores and wants to run them out of business?
I mean,
I don't get it.
he
What's
owns
going
them in a
on?
certain way. Yeah. Take a page out of Barnes and Noble's book when they're doing very well right now, where it's like, yeah, they made it a nice place to be again. It didn't suck to walk into a Barnes and Noble. You're not the big boys, Ralph, Vaughn, Stater Brothers, any of these
Mm-hmm.
grocery stores. You're second fiddle by a long ways to Amazon, and quite frankly, all the Hello Freshes and whatever, people doing your job for you.
Yeah.
I get you don't want stuff stolen. It sucks. I've worked in the industry and had to help stop people stealing stuff. But like, it just kind of sucks. We are two guys that have said on this podcast, we've done episodes about grocery stores. We love a grocery store. We love going to a grocery store. They're so unpleasant to be in now. It just sucks.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It does.
And I still, there's the like lizard brain part of me that's like, nah, but that's just what we do. Let's go. It's fun. It's like, no, it 100% of the time it sucks to go to the grocery store now.
It used to be fun.
Yeah.
It's
We used to make stuff in this country.
that's right. We used to make pleasant grocery store experiences in this country. And now that we've been robbed of that.
I did pull this up because I was curious, because I mentioned Stater Brothers and you went to Ralph's. I was thinking about Vaughn's. I'm like, are these the Stater Brothers? I don't know who these brothers are. And I looked up the brothers, and they are two guys who are related to each other, and their names rhyme. Can you guess? This is a primer for the quiz.
Okay, are they so their first names rhyme with
Their
each
first
other?
names rhyme with each other, and I would say one of them is not traditionally what I would consider a male name from that time. Maybe it was more popular at that time. Also, apparently, Stater Brothers founded in Yucaipa.
Oh, interesting.
It all
I
comes around.
I have dangerously almost asked you what their last name was, but to see if that would help me, but then
You got
realized that
this.
that information is available to me already.
McConaughey.
um, I so if one of them is a name less traditionally associated with being assigned to a man,
Yeah,
those names are like Leslie, Kelly,
you got the idea.
um,
It's Kelly and Smelly.
Kim. Okay, I'm gonna say Kim and Jim
Ooh,
Stater.
I like that. But you're wrong, you fool!
No,
Cleo and Leo.
Cleo and Leo.
Cleo and
Interesting.
Leo Stater of Yucaipa, California. Hmm.
Well, I tried my best. If that's any indication on how this quiz is gonna go, I don't like my chances. As a reminder, Evan, as we play to 100 points, the score currently myself with 33 points
Oh,
and you with 28 points. Let's see how this goes.
I know. I think I held the last time. In the previous one, I gained a point, but you breaking into the 30s and me being in the 20s feels like a further chasm has opened up.
Agreed.
All right.
Uh, in the last time that you were in the lead when you won your race to 100 points, that is how I felt. Even though we'd be like 4 points away
Yeah.
from each other, I'd be like, it's too big of a gap for me to close. Here we
80,
go, Evan.
89 to 93. It can't be done.
Question number one.
Let's go.
Born in
Oh,
1599,
there it is.
who coined the phrase
Oh,
warts and all while sitting for a portrait? Christopher Wren, William Shakespeare, Oliver Cromwell, or Francis Bacon?
I've got a guess. I don't know this, and
I obviously don't know this either, but I do have a guess as well.
yeah, I don't need to explain it any further. I'm going to say Oliver Cromwell.
I'm going to say Francis Bacon.
Yeah,
You were correct, Evan. It is Oliver
and I
Cromwell.
did know that. Which American president appears on a $1 bill? George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, or Abraham Lincoln?
I do think I know this, but man, am I going to be embarrassed if I get it wrong.
Yeah, why do I feel like, yeah, I know this, right? Yeah. The weird thing is probably the bill I see most of, but I'm sure in my answer because I know for sure what the other three are. I don't know why I never think about who's on there, but I've got my answer.
Well, now I'm concerned because there is one
Oh,
of these other three that I don't know what they go to, if anything. So I'm still going to stick
oh
with
yeah.
my answer.
No, yeah, one of them. I was mixing one of them up with someone. So anyways,
Okay, I'm locking it in. George Washington,
G Dubs,
G Dubs himself.
George W.
That's right.
Yeah, I was
And
mixing
we
up Roosevelt with Ben Franklin on the 100.
gotcha. Okay,
I think
we did
Roosevelt
both
is
get
on a
that
bill.
correct.
Is he maybe like a
Uh,
$1,000 bill or something? I think there's something
was there
up
a
there.
50? Is there a $50 bill?
Maybe he's a 50. We can't look anything up
Who
yet.
knows? Well, we don't have time for this.
Oh, look at him!
In the cartoon series
Come on.
The Simpsons,
Fuck
what
off.
musical instrument does Lisa Simpson play?
Don't waste my
The trumpet, the violin, the saxophone, or the piano?
I had to question who's on the dollar bill. This is the easiest question in the fucking world to me.
Yeah, I agree. I'm more confident in this than who's on the $1 bill.
I have more Simpsons episodes in my mind than I have dollar bills that I've
It's
owned.
true. I have my answer locked in, Evan.
Since you went first last time, I'll go first this time and say the saxophone.
That's correct. All right, Evan, you're 3 for 3 so
It
far.
feels good. I was doing the same kind of stretch as I was at the top of the episode. It's a good stretch. Which author wrote newspaper articles using the pseudonym Boz? Is that Oscar Wilde, Charles Dickens, George Orwell, or Mark Twain?
I don't know this.
I know all these authors fairly well, and this is not a thing I know. I know some of them wrote newspaper articles.
I don't even know that. I mean, obviously, at least one of them did, because they'll be the correct answer to this
There is
question.
one of them that I know that used a pseudonym, and I don't believe they also used a second pseudonym.
See,
I've
and
got a
that's
guess.
kind of my question too, because I know one of these is a pseudonym, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
so it's like, would they just double down and pick another pseudonym? That's where I'm like, is it so dumb that they would have multiple pseudonyms, or is that like their brand? You
Yeah.
know,
Maybe that's big brain branding.
I'm going to. I'm gonna also shy away from this person that I think we both are in agreement we know uses a pseudonym, and I'm gonna pick somebody else.
Boss.
I have my answer,
Yeah,
but
I'm
it's the
overthinking
least
this.
confident I've been this whole time.
I'm overthinking this, but I'm like, I'm not. I know I'm not changing from my answer, so I just got to stop. I'm gonna say Oscar Wilde.
I'm saying George Orwell.
All right, good answer. Good answer.
It was Charles
Dickens,
Dickens.
which he was the one that I specifically was like, I know he wrote public like news wrote for newspapers, and that's not surprising at all. He would use a pseudonym. I've never heard Boz, and of all those authors, I love Charles Dickens. I've read a lot of his shit. You would think I would have heard that he went by Boz sometimes.
Yeah, Boz just felt like such a. Boz felt like an Orwellian name to me, so that's why I chose it.
Boz felt just like Oscar Wilde. I'm like, he's just writing like gossip under the name
Yeah.
Boz.
Oscar Wilde was my second guess, so I was nowhere close to picking Charles Dickens. The last question here, Evan.
Yeah.
In what year was the National Health Service founded?
Who could say?
1948, 1971, 1920, or 1983?
Thinking back on music complaining about the NHS.
Is there a lot of music complaining about that?
Not a lot.
I have my answer. I'm locked in. I have absolutely no idea, but I am locked in.
All right, I'm locking into an answer that I don't think is right, but it feels like what I want to do. This feels wrong as hell. I'm gonna say 1971.
Okay, I also feel wrong as hell. I'm going 1983.
Okay, I feel like it's 48.
It was 48. That was
I second guessed
correct.
myself. That was my first answer. Oh well.
You did close the gap a tiny bit again, Evan. The score now being 35 to 31.
See, now I'm in the 30s, and that's
Yeah, now you're right on me.
I'm right on you. Okay, we need to. What bill is Theodore Roosevelt on? This is an important way to go out. What bill is Theodore Roosevelt on? He's not on a U.S. paper bill, but he is featured on a $1 coin. Granted, this is a AI overview, but it would appear he's never been on a bill.
Well,
Interesting.
good thing we didn't choose him.
Yeah.
Good thing we knew who was on the $1 bill.
Yep. Coming up with a joke, and I didn't get there.
And good thing all of you listeners know where to find this podcast. It's anywhere that you get your podcasts, and that you can leave ratings and reviews and check us out on our social media at HowDoWeHuman, or send us an email to HowDoWeHumanPod@gmail.com.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.